Here we go. Two burly boys played Pokemon in their youth. One had to grow up, the other stayed true. Now the large grown-up child can name all of them, but the other guy probably 510. Now what can they do? Why don't they review? Now we'll talk about them till we die. Die? Welcome, everybody. I'm Joachim.
And I'm Frank.
And this is your Certified Poke Moment, where we feature and talk about one Pokemon evolution line every week.
And today's featured Pokemon is... Cradily! Holy crap!
Oh, we've done Armaldo!
We've done Armaldo, now we get to do Cradily!
Wow.
So close together in the grand scheme of things. That is absurd. I love that.
God works in mysterious ways.
He certainly does, and his name is Cradily. That's so cool. Like, what are the odds? Out of all over 1,000 Pokemon. I love it.
Yeah, I really like Cradily, so you're not gonna hear me griping this episode.
Finally.
I know, I'm such a griper.
So, Lileep evolves into Cradily at level 40. And they are both...
that's really high.
It is. For Gen 3 specifically, that is really high. And they are both rock grass types. I feel like there's not many rock grass... Are they the only rock... No. They were the only rock grass type until Ogerpon's rock mask form.
Are you serious?
Yes.
There was only one rock...
I believe so.
I feel like rock and grass is such an intuitive combination. I feel like that's like moss... Like a moss on a rock.
I feel like you could have done...
Stonejourner feels like...
Right. Stonejourner would have been a great Pokemon to do that with.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Unless you want to count Ogerpon's like mask form when it becomes rock grass.
I barely count that because that's like...
It's not even the base Pokemon. It is like a form, you know?
It's like Arceus, right? Well, Arceus is monotype when he changes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's like Rotom, you know? Rotom, when it's in its grass form, is the only grass electric type. When he's in his fire form, he's the only fire electric type, you know? Which is criminal to me. Fire electric would be the coolest type you ever.
It really would.
But anyway. Wait, what were you going to say?
I said it really would.
Yeah, it's such a cool typing. Lileep and Cradily both get the abilities Suction Cup and Storm Drain. Thank you. Suction Cups... negates moves that force switching out.
Okay.
So it's pretty situational, but you can't be roared or whirlwinded out of the battle.
Do people do that a lot?
Dragon Tail won't switch you out.
Oh, Dragon Tail switches? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
I was really hoping you'd sing the Dragon Tail song. I guess you're
Dragon Tails. I can't remember the rest.
I guess you're not as predictable as I thought.
I'm pretty predictable.
And so that's their only non-hidden ability. Their hidden ability, Storm Drain, works as such. Water-type moves are drawn to this Pokemon. Water-type moves will do no damage, and the Pokemon's special attack stat is raised one stage. So that's pretty good. It's like Lightning Rod for water-type moves. Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah. I think it's better than Suction Cups, honestly. Much better. I think we probably talked about this in the Armaldo episode, but just because we're officially in the Cradily episode now, the gender ratio is male 88.14%, and the female is 11.86.
What was Armaldo's ratio?
I think it was the exact same thing.
Why? What's so lopsided?
Jokum. It's the exact same thing.
I'm gonna be sick. This is what a Miyamoto method is.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Is it there? Or am I thinking of the president of Nintendo? Who is it? Miyamoto.
Former president Reggie Fils-Aimé?
No. First off, that's Nintendo America.
Yes, I know, but
Fils-Aimé. It's Fils-Aimé.
I can say whatever I want,
dude.
Okay.
I hate that because you think that Cradily is like the alternative. If you're gonna do that weird gender ratio, have Cradily be 80 whatever % female.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to apply just arbitrary genders to Pokemon, Cradily does look a bit more female than male, you know?
We did that with Magearna. Magearna's literally...
Magearna is genderless.
She's Envy.
I should have mentioned that. Magearna's genderless, guys.
Well, all legendaries are, for the most part. Is there a gendered legendary?
I think the Urshifu line has a gender. I think. Again, I could be wrong. I'm not looking it up till we get to Urshifu. Movesets. You get Leech Seed. Great move to have. Love Leech Seed. Confuse Ray, which is surprising, kind of random. Mega Drain, Brian. Why did I say Mega Drain? It gets Giga Drain. And then it gets the triple threat. Stockpile, Spit Up, and Swallow.
Oh.
I feel like a lot of Gen 3 Pokemon ended up getting that.
Yeah.
I know Pelipper.
Oh, I love Pelipper. Yeah, that's what he does.
Gets
that's
it.
what he does with his moveset.
That's when he spits up.
Yep.
And then the last move it gets is oddly Energy Ball. You'd think it would get a stronger move. Which, wait, hold on. What the heck? It just doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't even evolve until level 40. So it's going to get Stockpile, Spit Up, and Swallow at level 43, and then Energy Ball at 48, and then it's done.
But that's just Lileep. Or
I'm talking about Cradily.
Oh.
Lileep, it's pretty much the same thing. I mean, if you don't evolve it, it'll get Stockpile, Spit Up, and Swallow at 41, and then Energy Ball at 44. But yeah, Cradily only learns 2 moves after evolution.
They really screwed it over with the move pool.
Yeah, yep. And I didn't mention this before, but the only Rock-type move it gets by level up is Ancient Power, which is...
That's wild. Why even give it the Rock typing?
Because it's a fossil. All fossils until Gen 8 are Rock-type.
But you'd think they would take advantage of the Rock typing.
Yeah, sadly not.
At least give it, like, setup moves.
Well...
Like, what's that one that people are like, oh, Charizard, it's going to die from...
Stealth Rock.
Stealth Rock, yeah.
Well, let's see if it can get it through TM. Oh, it can learn Earthquake through TM. That's really good. Okay. Sludge Bomb through TM, Seed Bomb, Earth Power, Stealth Rock. There we go.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so its moveset through TMs isn't terrible. It can't learn a ton of moves of different typings. You know, it gets Ground, it gets Sludge Bomb for 1 Poison type move. Oh, Sludge Wave too. All right, fine. It's not too bad. Stat-wise, though, it leaves a little bit to be desired. HP, 86, fine. Okay. Attack and special attack are 81. Kind of on the low end, but its defenses are a bit better. Okay. 97 defense, so pretty good. 107 special defense.
All right.
So its special defense is good. I'd say that's a really good stat. 43 speed. 43 speed.
Once you get like below 50 or below 60 something, it's like, okay. They're all they're all the same number.
You're officially slow Pokemon.
Unless you're going against another beefy slow Pokemon,
yeah,
it's like nothing.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. I think Cradily probably has its uses somewhere, especially because it has such a unique typing. I mean, really, unless you get the legendary Pokemon Ogerpon, no other Pokemon's going to have this type. It's weak to Steel, Bug. Rock doesn't resist Bug? That's crazy.
I mean,
what is a Bug going to do to a Rock?
I just might turn off my brain with Pokemon type advantages and resistances because it doesn't mean anything to me.
It also is weak to Fighting and Ice. So 4 weaknesses really isn't that bad. I mean, the Rock typing definitely helps it. Helps the Grass typing because Grass has like 6 weaknesses or something like that. I am very surprised Rock doesn't resist Bug.
Does Rock resist fire?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, it does.
Good on you, Rock.
There we go. So we just talked about its stats and, like, I don't know, strategies. Whenever we get a Rock, Steel, or Ground type, I'm like, oh, there's a Sandstorm team in the midst. Are you going to put Cradily on a Sandstorm team? I don't know. There's probably a ton of other Pokemon that can take advantage of the Sandstorm. Yeah. There's something to be done with Storm Drain, right? If you want to send it out, hey, you know what? Maybe it's a good lead in a double battle with your Incineroar, right? Your opponent has a water type out or something, and Storm Drain is going to take all those water type attacks. Although, if you're playing competitive Pokemon, you probably know that Cradily has Storm Drain and not Suction Cups.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think there's much you can really do with Cradily. I could be wrong. Maybe Cradily is a fantastic Pokemon that it will save you in battle, but I kind of doubt it. With those stats and that moveset, I just don't see what you can realistically do. Giga Drain is nice to have, right? You can get your health back. Wah, wah, wah. I've got nothing.
I love you, Cradily, but you're boring.
Design-wise, I think Cradily is freaking adorable.
Yeah, I love Cradily.
So let's look at Lileep Shiny, first of all. Lileep has Cradily's non-shiny color. Look at that, it turns green.
Really?
Its pink flower things are like a tannish color. Did your watch just go off?
Yes, my watch just went off. I'm about to silence it.
Gosh, Jokum.
Oh,
So
no, that doesn't
embarrassing.
that
Now you're just making more noise. We're keeping this in, I hope you know.
Shut up.
This is embarrassing for
All
you.
right, I muted it.
Good boy.
God.
Anyway, and then the purple on Cradily becomes green. The yellow, like, design elements stay the same. The eyes stay the same. Then we evolve into Cradily. And look at that bright
Wow.
pink.
That's
so
cool,
pretty.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool shiny.
Again, the yellow circles and the targets or whatever stay the same. But the little frilly, flowery bits turn a really neat shade of orange. I think this is a really good shiny.
Yeah. I like its shiny, and I like its fat little body. I
know.
really like its chubby little body with its skinny neck and then the big head, and it's got those frilly things. I think it's a great looking Pokemon.
Those little legs are adorable.
Common Generation 3W.
Yeah, this is another good Pokemon. When I was a kid, and I'm asking you this too, when you were a kid, did you think its eyes were the things up top?
100%.
Yep.
I thought that its mouth was like, and had like a little tooth.
Yeah.
I thought its actual eye was a tooth out the sides.
I think it's so cute. It's like animals in real life have those markings, those false eyes on them all the time. Gosh, just looking at Cradily really makes me want to use one on a team, honestly. Like, this is awesome.
Cradily was one of those Pokemon as a kid, because when I was playing like Gen 3, I would like... I wished Pokemon were real, and I'd be like, I think it'd be cool to have a Cradily, because it's like this cool, funny looking thing.
Little plant dinosaur thing. I don't know. What do you think Lileep is based off of? Some sort of like coral or anemone?
Some kind of anemone.
So, to find out Lileep's origin, I went to Bulbapedia, and it says Lileep may be based on crinoids, also known as sea lilies. I'm pulling up a picture of a crinoid. Look at that little thing.
Oh, that's cool.
That is a very cool
I think I've seen... They look like this... I don't even know how to describe it. Like this weird flowery thing on the seafloor.
Yeah.
I think I've seen videos of them actually breaking off of their perch and just like swimming through... It almost they look like a... You know the monster from Nope? The alien from Nope.
I never saw that movie.
You never saw Nope?
Sorry.
Well... You should watch it. It's great.
That's what I've heard.
Like, people say it's like based off of like a biblically accurate angel towards the end, right? But it's like it's like big kind of like floating things like.
I feel like I've seen that there was this video going around Instagram or the internet for a while of this like multi-armed. It looked like a starfish but with like 20 extra arms, and it was just like pulling itself through the water. Is that what you're talking about?
I could see that. They're more flutter. I've seen videos of them where they kind of like it's like, you know, every little tentacle will move up, but then as soon as they're down, like other ones are coming up to replace it.
Yeah, I think we're talking
really
about
beautiful.
the same thing.
They're really, really cool as they swim. If I'm correct about the animal.
Right. And what's interesting is the picture of the crinoid that pulled up for us. It doesn't look like it has as much of a base as Lileep does, but I mean, that doesn't matter. The Pokemon Company can do whatever they want.
I like its little fat butt.
Oh,
It's
me,
so cute.
me too. Oh my gosh. Might as well just say this. Lileep may be a combination of lily and deep. Sleep, creep, or peep, says Bulbapedia. That's freaking
adorable.
cute. I want to see if Cradyli's inspiration changed at all, and if it's based on something a little bit different here.
I doubt it.
Yeah, it also says it might be based on the crinoids. Yeah, that's about it. Maybe a sea anemone, but we already thought that.
What do you think the Cradle?
I mean, Bulbapedia can tell us. Cradily may be a combination of cradle and lily. It may also involve crinoid itself, crag, or crazily.
Cradily. Crazily.
I can
it's
see
not a very
that.
crazy Pokemon.
No, I mean, I don't know. You take one look at it. Generation 3s, they still weren't taking a lot of risks with design yet.
Yeah.
So you look at Cradily compared to Pelipper, the pelican, or
Pelipper is
Slacking,
just
the big gorilla. It's like Cradily is like...
I guess he's a gorilla. I kind of just assumed he was a sloth. Like a giant sloth.
Okay, maybe a sloth mixed with a gorilla.
Yeah,
He definitely has a more gorilla-like body.
There wasn't much theme other than lazy gorilla sloth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of Gen 3, Gen 2, and especially Gen 1 Pokemon were just the animal, but with a type,
different,
you know? And so to see Cradily, you're like, whoa, that is wildly different than anything I'm used to seeing.
Yeah, it was probably kind of a weird for... I think that's one of the reasons I liked it as a kid. It was like...
Yeah.
It was interesting, because it was like... You know, what is it? Like, even... I can think of another interesting Pokemon, Tropius, right?
Yeah,
I love Tropius, but he is just kind of like a dinosaur...
Yeah,
with a banana.
Tree dinosaur.
Banana dinosaur.
Yeah.
Banana tree dinosaur.
And then you have one of the main box art legends, the whale.
Kyogre?
Yeah.
Kyogre's great.
The whale.
He's better than the... Pangolin? I don't know. What is Groudon?
Big cool dinosaur, baby!
Barely a dinosaur.
No.
Kyogre is so much cooler than Groudon.
Kyogre is just a whale. It's a blue whale.
No, it's not. It's so much different looking than a
No.
whale. You're crazy.
It's just a
The
whale.
Earth should be swallowed up by ocean.
Okay, Archie.
You were supposed to say the Earth should become all land.
No, because I'm not an idiot like Maxie. Maxie and Archie are idiots.
They are so stupid.
Gosh. We've been talking about a lot of Gen 3 Pokemon. Gen 3 and Gen 5 have dominated this podcast so far.
We need to roll like a Gen... Who don't we have? Gen 6?
We don't have Gens 1, 2, maybe 6? I can't remember. I know we don't have Gen 1 or 2. Or 4.
I swear we're going to get a Gen 5 next episode.
We probably will. There's 100... Okay, yeah, I want to make
There's a lot... I guess the odds of some of these generations are higher because there's... Well,
guys, I've got a tangent really quick. I know we promised not to, but this was already kind of a tangent. I need to correct something I said in a previous episode. I think it was the Swana one. I said Gen 5 had almost as many Pokemon as Gen 1. Gen 5 introduced more Pokemon than Generation 1 did.
Wow.
There are 151 Pokemon in Generation 1. There are 155 Pokemon in Gen 5, which is funny.
Yeah.
Think about it. 151 in Gen 1, 155 in Gen 5.
Wow.
Isn't that funny?
That's cool. That's a common Gen 5 win.
I love Gen 5,
So
but
much
this
better
is
than
Gen
Gen
3,
1.
which is mid.
How dare you?
I triggered him.
You're evil. I want to swear on this good
You're
good
not
Lord's
allowed.
podcast.
You're not allowed. I refuse to hit the explicit button.
Okay, whatever.
I guess technically...
Gen 3 is awesome. I love Gen 3. Although I am just a Gen 3er.
Gen 3 Pokemon, I'll admit you've brought me around. There's a lot of really cool Gen 3
Pelipper.
Pokemon. Wrong.
Pelipper, the little mushroom guy. You love the mushroom guy.
guy.
Breloom?
I do love Breloom
Breloom's
so
awesome.
much. But the region of Hoenn is boring.
They're all boring.
No.
Johto's not boring. I actually like Johto.
Johto's not boring. Kanto is extremely boring.
Kanto's so boring.
Sinnoh's pretty interesting.
I
Mount
like Sinnoh.
Coronet, I like that a lot. Gen 5, very interesting region. Lot going on.
I didn't
Gen
care at all
6,
when I played it back in the
interesting.
day.
Gen 7
6 isn't interesting.
is kind of boring. I'm not going to lie.
Gen 7?
Yeah.
Too many cutscenes.
I'm talking about the region.
I barely... Oh, no, I didn't get past, like... I think I went to some woods and there were some glowing mushrooms.
That's Gen 8.
No.
That's Gen 8.
No,
Glowing mushrooms is in freaking Galar.
It is?
It's how you get to the fairy type gym leader.
I feel like, but I'm thinking of like Lurantis, and there's some kind of like little glowing mushroom Pokemon in the woods.
Did they? Oh no! Did they also have a glowing mushroom forest back
What?
to back? I don't know, but this is the worst tangent we've ever had.
We need to go back to Cradily.
Yes, so Cradily is a cool Pokemon. That is cool. Shiny
Pokedex entries.
Mention it.
Okay, for the love of God, we need to talk about Pokedex entries.
Agreed. Oh my gosh. Get back on track. Jokum, I'm giving you Lileeps, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, whatever you want. Read any one of them.
Well, screw Ruby, so I'm going to read Sapphire.
Okay.
Lileep is an ancient Pokemon that was regenerated from a fossil. It remains permanently anchored to a rock from its immobile perch. Permanently anchored? Why does it have little feet?
Yeah, good point.
From its immobile perch, this Pokemon intently scans for prey with its two eyes.
Wait a minute. Is it implying that the Pokemon has the frills and is inside of the purple structure.
No, I don't think so.
Are you sure?
I've
never thought about this before.
I don't think so. I think that's just. I think the purple structure is like a weird skin, but I think it's definitely the Pokemon.
Okay.
I think it's 100% the Pokemon. It could be like a weird. Okay, because like. Yeah, no, I think it's the Pokemon.
Okay,
I think it has a weird body structure, but I guarantee you it's the Pokemon. Its Emerald entry, it disguises itself as seaweed by making its tentacles sway. Unsuspecting prey that come too close are swallowed whole. It became extinct 100 million years ago.
That's a lot of years.
All right, and for the heck of it, I'm going to talk about the Ruby entry, even if Ruby was a bad game.
You're just trying to trigger me. Go, read it.
Lilith became extinct approximately 100 million years ago. This ancient Pokemon attaches itself to a rock on the seafloor. This is the same thing.
Emerald, I think, reused a lot
and
of
catches
entries.
approaching prey using its tentacles shaped like flower petals. Are they shaped like flower petals, or are they shaped like anemones?
Yeah, that. I think that's right. Okay, and then moving on to Cradily. I'm just going to go from Ruby to Sapphire to Emerald.
Okay.
Ruby. Cradily roams around the ocean floor in search of food. See, it's free roaming, at least.
Wait. Now it's for... Oh, when it's a Lilip, it's stationary. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, maybe Lilip is like an anemone, and it just finds its spot and doesn't move.
When it evolves, now it can actually start hunting.
Yeah. Oh, it becomes a predator. What was I saying? This Pokemon freely extends its tree trunk-like neck and captures unwary prey using its 8 tentacles.
Yeah, it's the Pokemon.
Yeah, fair enough. Sapphire. Cradily's body serves as an anchor, preventing it from being washed away in rough seas.
Okay.
That goes back to its suction cups ability. This Pokemon secretes a strong digestive fluid from its tentacles.
That's new.
That's kind of gross. Emerald, it drags its heavy body along the seafloor. It makes its nest in the shallows of warm seas. Cradily can be
it's so slow.
Yeah,
like
it has
that.
to drag
like
its heavy body.
There's lore reasons it's slow. Mm-hmm. Unlike Vikavolt.
Oh gosh. Finishing off its Emerald entry, Cradily can be seen on beaches when the tide goes out. That's cool.
That's cool.
No, I like it.
I like it. This feels very alive. This makes the Pokemon world feel alive. It's
Agreed.
not burning at 1,000,000 times the heat of the sun. I know that's not the actual quote for Magmortar.
Yeah. No, that's what
Magmar?
Nope. Magcargo. That's Magcargo.
Who's Magmortar?
Magmortar's the
big
Magmar
chicken.
evolution with the cannon arms.
Dang it. Okay, yeah, I got Magcargo mixed up with Magmortar.
And Magmar and Magby.
Ugh.
Just for the heck of it, because it is different, I want to read its Pokemon Sword entry, Cradily, because that's the most recent game you can find it in. It has short legs and can't walk very fast. I think its legs are so cute.
They are very cute.
But its neck and tentacles can extend over 3 times their usual length to nab distant prey. That's a scary thought.
They're a lot more stretchy than I thought they would be. I kind of just assumed they were a stationary little thing.
I imagine you could yeah, I was going to do the exact same thing.
Holy
crap.
Sound.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. It's cute. It's so cute. I just keep staring at those little nubby feet. They're adorable. Jokum, as cute as this Pokemon is.
Alternate forms?
Oh, thank you. Jokum, do you think this Pokemon could ever get an alternate form?
I would love if they started adding some megas to fossil Pokemon.
They have before.
They have? Which ones?
Aerodactyl.
Oh yeah. Okay, but that's because it's Gen 1. And,
yes.
the Pokemon Company panders to Gen 1.
Those disgusting Gen 1ers.
Disgusting Gen creatures. Get out of my sight. I think that a Mega Cradily would be really cool. Mm-hmm. Maybe it turns into like again, this is stupid because biblically accurate angels.
That trope
it's a stupid trope. Yeah. Biblically accurate angels are... There's like a few that are like a wheel, but are those even angels? Are they the same thing as like... Anyways. I think it could turn into like this big, elaborate anemone, right? Like it could become like the moving sea star and get really fast or something.
Yeah.
And it could become just a bunch of tentacles.
Maybe... I don't know about this. It's just a dumb thought. But maybe... something does fly out of that, like, quote-unquote dark mouth area where the real eyes are, and the tentacles go with it or something. I don't know. It might be cool.
Yeah.
Why not? Mega Evolution can do anything.
Or I think they should add I don't know. A lot of fossil Pokemon are really cool, but I think they should add one more evolution to a lot of them.
I don't know if Cradily needs an evolution. I think Cradily is perfect the way it is.
I think it's crazy little. I think it could. Oh no, it would lose its cuteness factor. I think it could just use some better stats, maybe an extended move pool.
That's why I think a Mega Evolution would be better.
Yeah.
Because then it can get better stats for a temporary time.
Yeah.
Do you think we could get... I don't know. I don't think it's... I mean, a Pokemon company can do whatever they want, but it'd be hard to do a regional variant of a fossil.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it could be like, oh, they found this fossil in this other area. But I'd hate it if they only serviced, like, some fossil Pokemon.
Okay, here...
I want regionals for every fossil Pokemon.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Or alternatives. But I wouldn't put it beyond Pokemon Company to give just Armaldo an evolution. Forget about Cradily and every other rock type. Mm-hmm. Or every other fossil Pokemon.
What if we... I don't know. I don't want to leave Cradily alone, but what if we gave Lileep a branching evolution? And it could become something different. Maybe this thing has the 88% female gender ratio, you know?
Yeah.
And it could be a very different form of an enemy.
Well, how would it have an 88% gender ratio if it started out as a Pokemon that has
you could just change it.
But you can't...
Or thank you. They give it a female only evolution, so it's a much rarer evolution.
But how do you fit that into like anemones and sea flower thing?
I don't know. How do you make a duck fire type? You just do it.
Okay. Usually, like if there's like a female, like with that little lizard that turns into the sexy lizard.
Oh, Salazzle.
Yeah, Salazzle. There's like a reason for that. I think
they just made a harem. They just made a reverse harem lizard. That's all it is.
But there's not like the lizard in real life, wasn't it? Like, there's some reason or something. Like,
is there a reverse? Is there a lizard
it's
harem?
Not like reverse harem, but it's like it has a higher ratio of being male, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I think it's something like that lizard. It can change its sex, or something. There was like lore reasons where like, oh, this lizard, it's like an invasive species. It can change its.
You're talking about Pokedex lore.
I'm talking like the actual lizard it's based off of. It's like based on a lizard that was like dropped off on an island, and there were some that were like males, but they were able to change their sex.
I promise we'll figure this out on the Salazzle episode.
Hey,
yes.
This is the thing. Anyways, I think
for now, I don't see why there has to be an all-female alternate evolution to Lileep, but there could be. Okay. I'm just throwing out ideas.
I think, like so many Pokemon, I think a Mega is just the coolest.
I think the Mega is the way to go. Absolutely. I don't think it needs a regional form. I don't think it deserves a branching evolution. I think a Mega is what it needs. But I want to see if anybody's drawn this plant sexy, Jokum. Go to Google Images.
Now you don't admit it.
It's morbid curiosity. That's all it is.
Okay. Cradily. Does that count?
Oh, that's bad.
I don't want to count that. One word, inflation.
Oh, it's so
my gosh,
bad.
It's hiccuping.
Waterlogged. They called it waterlogged.
Oh, freaking
Yep,
course.
that's the website. It always is.
Infinity.
Oh, that's cute. That's the person that makes human-like little...
I love this Tam Tam D.
Tam Tam D on, what is it? DeviantArt?
This is
DeviantArt?
DeviantArt.
As a kid, I always pronounced it Deviant.
I follow them on Instagram. I love this artist. What? Oh, yep. Okay,
there it is.
Cool, thick goth mommy Cradily.
With huge bazonkers. I'm talking the biggest pair of Melongalos. Just the hugest pair of badonkados.
Yeah, other than that, not a whole lot of...
No, people are... What is that?
What is what?
What is that?
That?
What is that?
That. This right here.
What is happening?
This thing?
What's happening, Jokum?
What do you mean? What's happening?
That is a very cropped image of... Don't click the link!
I'm going to click on the link.
No!
It's just a link. Nothing but...
Why did you click on the link?
Why is this...
Why did you click on the link? That's in my search history now.
But it's like, what does it do? We don't know what it's doing.
Joking, we know. Audience, I'm so sorry. This is not a visual medium, but I promise you don't want to see these. What's happening.
We don't know what's happening.
You know what's happening.
Okay, that's cool.
Oh, somebody did do like a Mega Cradily art, and it does look really cool.
Wow, that's awesome. Oh, it like anchors itself to the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right. Yeah, so people can do really weird things with Cradily. Just look at it has tentacles. Of course people are going to do weird things with it. But merch-wise...
the inflated Cradily pops up when I type in Cradily merch.
So people have made their own shirts and everything for Cradily, which is cool. What's that ceramic one?
This one? I think that's just shiny plastic.
You think it's just like clay?
Yeah, oh no.
What?
I don't know, it's its tentacles are a little funny looking and
They only gave it 7.
Oh.
It's supposed to have 8.
Yeah.
There's a sitting cutie for it. Look how cute the sitting cutie is.
Sitting cutie is pretty darn cute.
Cradily is another sitting cutie that I almost bought, but I think I just got something else instead. But I was close.
Do you think... I feel like the Pokemon Company's just sort of forgotten about Cradily's existence. Because usually in this merch section, we kind of talk about its representation overall in Pokemon.
Yeah.
Or at least we should talk about that.
I think we're pretty good at talking about that.
I think Pokemon's forgotten about it. Oh, this is so cute.
Oh, that's a really good shirt
That's
with
so
fan
good.
art of Cradily on it. It looks
Wow.
super adorable. Does Cradily only have... That one only has 6 little tentacles.
They look like Pinors.
Yes, that's the joke about Cradily. I didn't know if we were going to mention it or not.
That's the joke about Cradily?
Yes, that its tentacles look like Pinors.
Oh, it should have 8 tentacles.
Okay, yeah, 8 is the official canon number. So people just keep getting it wrong.
Oh, man, they're so cool looking.
Yeah, Cradily, I think, is a very forgotten Pokemon, which is sad, but true.
Oh, man, I love Pokemon fan art with Pokemon in, like, natural habitats. That looks so clean.
There's a really awesome, well-done Cradily art here, where it's, like, underwater, surrounded by coral and everything.
That's so nice. Oh,
It's
just imagine little
beautiful.
Corsola crawling around there.
Yeah, with some, I hate Wishy-Washy, but a school of Wishy-Washy swimming
I
by.
love Wishy-Washy.
That'd be...
It would look so powerful and awesome. The Wishy-Washy, I mean.
No, it doesn't, ever.
What is this? What is...
Ugh.
Why are you falling apart?
Some Cradily fan art is bad. Why does this also come from Fur Affinity? Get me out of here. We gotta move on. We're moving on to the next segment. You know, we like to trash on people who draw weird sexual fan art of Pokemon, but then immediately after we talk about marrying the Pokemon. We're just as bad.
It's only marriage. There's nothing else. We don't consider anything else. It's just the Lord's marriage, or I don't know.
Time to sing.
This is the part of the show where the boys discuss how edible the pocket monsters that we focused on won't belong. Turn up and come along to the segment of the show.
Yes, indeed. It's that part of the show where we talk about marrying, eating, and then killing. No, not in that order. Separately.
After
Just
making
Pokemon.
fun of people for doing weird things to Cradily, we're gonna do weird things to Cradily.
It's just marriage.
Would you marry Cradily?
No, it's a plant. It's cute.
It's so cute.
Honestly, I like it more than the mole, only because the mole is a little too... Okay, the mole is in a weird zone. It's a mammal,
Yeah.
but it's a mole.
But it stands on 2 feet. It stands upright.
But it's a fat little mole. I think the
Yes.
plant is better than the mole.
You would marry a Cradily over an Excadrill?
I-
The mole.
Okay, because there's a point where the further from a human, the better. Because, like, okay, it's like...
Excuse
Okay,
me?
okay.
Vaporeon lover over here.
No, okay, think about Incineroar. Too human. That's disgusting. Also, it's a big, giant, muscly guy.
Yes. It's one of them. Okay, coming from 2 straight
Yeah,
guys
this
who love women, I wouldn't touch a Machamp with a 5-foot pole.
You know what people do when they hear a guy say he's a straight guy who loves women?
I'm dead.
They think
I'm so dead.
Frank.
I'm cooked, y'all.
We're gonna wed each other, aren't we?
Yeah, so, but saying that, putting that in perspective
yeah.
is seeing a Gardevoir, we're like, ooh, yes,
Yeah, okay,
here we
that-
go.
that's human enough.
But then seeing Incineroar, we're like, whoa,
Okay,
get that
yeah.
thing
That's
away
a cat's
from me.
head on a weird muscly body.
It's like the meme of flirting versus harassment in the workplace, you know? Gardevoir, we're like, hey. Incineroar, we're like, hello, HR.
Back to the plant.
Yes.
I think I would still... I don't know. I hate the little mole thing. It seems... I don't... So, Cradily, I'd almost rather have as a pet, right? I think of Cradily as a pet. There's no hand to hold. There's no laying in bed.
You can hold the tentacle.
Do I want to?
Do you want to?
Do I want to?
How tall do you think Cradily is, Jokum?
I don't know. Knowing Pokemon, they're gonna make it 3 feet tall. I think Cradily is 6'5".
I think that's way too tall. I now know the height, so I don't want this to skew what I initially thought. I would have thought Cradily would be like a foot under me, and so I'm 5'10 3/4". So maybe I would have. So that Cradily is actually a whole foot under me.
Oh wow,
4'11". Cradily is 4'11".
Okay, that's much taller than I thought they would have. Now, do you think they're considering the tentacle height?
I think you kind of have to.
So,
right?
But like, how tall is that tentacle?
So
they're not that tall.
They're not that bad. I think 4'11" Cradily fits. I think it could be taller. You know, if you want to get into the whole, which I don't want to, if you want to get into the whole Pokemon Go thing of Pokemon, some are taller, some are shorter. I think a 6-foot Cradily makes sense. I also think a 4'11" Cradily makes sense.
Yeah.
It's almost as tall as Charizard.
That's pretty cool, I guess. But yeah, I like Cradily. I would put it. I think this is a classic 3.1 out of 10. Because what are you gonna do?
You're ranking it 1.1 above the mole.
Because at least the mole is like a warm. Cradily is like a plant anemone.
I guess if it lives underwater, it's really not gonna give off much heat, huh?
Well, it might give off heat.
It's a rock, though.
But yeah, it's also a rock.
It's kind of like a grassy rock, I guess.
I still think it's better than the mole.
What do you think it's... I guess we can talk about this more in the next segment, but what do you think it's made of? What is its anatomy?
I think it's an anemone. I don't think a grass-type Pokemon is actually a plant.
Okay, we've talked about this before with Lurantis. I think sometimes they are.
I think sometimes they are, but I think in this case it's an anemone, so it's like...
Yeah.
Whatever anemone material is. I would consider its texture more akin to a snail, an octopus, a clam.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to give it a 3.5.
Okay.
And we're going to move to Fed.
Okay,
now.
well, let me raise it to a 3.3 because I just thought about like dog Pokemon. I'm like, I need the... I just thought
this is better than a dog or a cat. You're right.
Okay, the mole is better than a dog Pokemon.
You're right. I can't believe I'm saying this, but you're right. I would rather marry Excadrill than I would a Herdier.
No. We can't move on to Fed because we need anthropomorphized Cradily.
You're so right.
Okay, anthropomorphized Cradily has a big sun hat. They're wearing they're at the beach.
Really, I think they're wearing a hoodie, and it's like pulled over their head and everything, and you can barely see their eyes.
Oh, and is their hair coming out of the hoodie? Kind of like the tentacles. Is their hair coming out of the hoodie?
Maybe, yeah. I think you could still have the sun hat over the hoodie that represents the tentacles.
A sun hat on the hoodie.
This is a weird girl. She's weird.
I don't think she's that weird.
Come on, we just talked about Cradily being a weird-looking Pokemon for Gen 3.
But it's like quirky weird.
Yes, I don't think weird is bad.
What I see is, my problem is, she's not very active. No. She stays in her room, and she reaches out every once in a while to grab food and runs back in.
Yes.
She's happy if you go in there to visit her, but she stays in her room all day. And for that, I can't marry her.
I think, actually, she spends a lot of her time underwater. What if she just loves the beach?
Yeah.
What if she's one of those people that goes to the beach but she's like but she would go in the water. This is difficult.
I think she goes to the beach. She likes to sit in like a beach chair, and she always has an umbrella over her.
An umbrella, like one of those little tents.
Like a little beach tent. And she runs out every once in a while to get some food.
What she doesn't like to splash out of the water. She likes to dive under
and just sit
sit there.
She just goes into child's pose and just sits on the bottom.
Better yet, she likes a pool instead of the beach, right?
Sure.
Because she can go underwater, she can hold her breath and sit at the bottom, or I guess release her breath, sit at the bottom, and then go back into her little beach chair hole.
I like that. That's so much better than the NEAT or whatever I described, the NEET.
Yes. I agree. Let's leave it at that.
I would marry Anthrolily.
Yes.
Anthrodilly.
Cradily. I thought, not Lily.
No, not Lily.
When you said Anthrolily, I was like, whoa, uh-oh.
I'm calling the police. Fed. I don't know. Would you eat a sea enema? An enema?
No enemas, please.
Assuming...
Can you eat sea anemones?
Okay, if their texture is like razor clam, then yes. If you can't...
Ooh, here we go. Just from Google, I'll read this. When eaten, sea anemones have an intense flavor of the sea, iodine, and shellfish. Because they are extremely delicate, it is best to keep them alive in seawater until they're cooked.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Okay, I thought I'd keep them alive while cooking. That's why I
Yeah.
paused. I was like, oh no. Interesting.
I would give that... Okay, I don't know. How strong does iodine take?
Fried sea anemone.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, they're like little tiny sea anemones.
And I imagine its tentacles would be kind of like an octopus or something. Has the same texture, taste, maybe.
I would give it a 7 out of 10.
I would need
do we
to
do percentages or do we do?
I feel like we've always done percentages.
No, percentages
was
are for fighting. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I think I would give it a 6 because I don't know how a sea anemone tastes.
That's a good point.
I think those tentacles, though, you cut off all the tentacles. You don't have to fry them. Cook them up. Put them in taiyaki, maybe.
What if the tentacles
takoyaki.
What if the tentacles contain like the poison, right? Because it has some kind of acid or poison.
It did say it squirts. This is gonna get weird, but are the tentacles? Are they toxic or did they just shoot toxins?
I'm gonna assume that the tentacles have something to do with the toxins. So I'm gonna say you can only eat the main body. And the main body, I think, is going to taste like thick...
What does iodine?
Conch or something.
What does iodine taste like?
I don't know. It's in salt and it doesn't taste like anything.
Yeah.
Or iodized salt. It's good for your... it's good to keep away goiters.
Ooh, I hate goiters.
Me and my brothers all hate goiters.
Okay, I still maybe give it a 6, maybe a 5.7 on the edible scale.
I think a 7 is decent. Because
think
it
7?
could be gourmet. I think there's a chance it's gourmet.
Okay, until I try sea anemone, hey, maybe a Taboo Foods.
That would actually be really cool.
Yeah, we should do that for a Taboo Foods, which we'll talk about later if you don't know what that is, if this is your first episode. But why would you start with Cradily?
For what?
If this was the audience's first episode?
Oh, yeah. Why the hell are you starting with Cradily?
Either start at the beginning. Oh, maybe they're just starting from the most recent episode and going down.
Maybe.
If this is your first episode, hi, I'm talking to you directly. Sarah, the girl listening to this right now. Or if you're a boy, Jimmy.
Sarah, how have you been?
We miss you.
I miss you so much. My brother was literally saying today that you should get into ASMR.
I should get into ASMR?
My brother has a relatively large ASMR thing on Instagram.
Do you want to plug
I don't
his
want to
ASMR?
plug his ASMR thing.
He wouldn't want that?
I don't think he'd care.
Okay. Wow, tangent. Could we kill this thing, Jokum?
I think so. It's slow. It's like 49?
But it's rock type.
But I
don't
what
think...
part of it is rock? What part do you think of that is rock?
Is it only a rock type because it's a fossil?
I think it's only a rock type because it's a fossil.
If the Pokemon Company made this Pokemon not thinking of it as a fossil, you think it'd be solo grass? Would it be grass water?
It would be 100% grass water. Because it's an anemone.
I could see grass water. I could even see grass poison.
Yeah, I could see grass poison because, it's anemone.
But I'm glad it's not because Gen 1, you gave us like Vileplume and...
Is that it?
Are there any?
Victory is...
Victory Bell. Yep. So we already have some grass poison types for sure. Grass water would be a good typing, yeah.
Also, okay, hand to hand, I don't think I'm killing it. I think it's slippery. I think I'm grabbing it. What am I gonna do? Am I gonna reach into its little head area where it probably has teeth or something it can eat me with?
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's just gonna swallow me whole.
With our ew, I don't like that thought.
And then I'll be inflated like that one image. Or it'll be inflated.
With Armaldo, we're like, okay, we can just pull that arm out because the joint is going to be thin and easily breakable.
Crustaceans lose their limbs all the time.
I'm going to grab one of Cradily's tentacles and grip it hard, and my hand is just going to slip right off. It's just going to slip off.
Ooh. But I think steel bat, I think if you can whack its head, and then how strong do you think its neck really is? It's stretchy, like it can stretch out.
Yeah.
But again, it stretches at you. Whap! You whack its head like a baseball bat. It's gonna move its head back, and you go up and you start just whacking it.
I think It feels like you're using anime logic here, where you can move within slow motion.
We're fighting magical animals, you dingus.
In real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have beams.
They do. An energy ball would probably kill us.
But also, 49 speed. I am at least 55 speed.
Yeah, we are faster for sure. We're
faster. We are stronger. We are better. I think I'm blitzing it.
You always say that, and and 50% of the time, I think you're wrong.
Okay, I have a steel bat. Okay, hand to hand, 100%. 0% chance.
Yeah.
It has high defenses, and it's just going to grab me with its tentacles and swallow me whole.
Even if I could get both hands on that neck, I don't think there's a spine in there to break.
Yeah, I think you're going to grab its neck, and it's just going to eat you.
I wish you guys could see what he just did. It's like...
Yeah, you can't see it.
I know, if I wanted to make the sound. Steel bat, I feel like we have a chance to bruise it, maybe to break its skin.
Its HP's not all that high, and it's slow. I think you can whack its head down. It'll be like, because I think of it like a plant that like you can knock over and it slowly will raise itself back up because it's a slow Pokemon. You whack its head down, its head hits the ground, and you start whack.
I feel like it could dodge.
It's 40. It's so slow. It is such a slow Pokemon.
That doesn't matter. Pokemon's speed doesn't determine its evasiveness.
It's like it crawls across the speed the what do you call it? The sea
right,
floor.
but that doesn't mean it moves its neck at 2 miles per hour. It can still whip its neck around.
But what is evasiveness? It's just
the ability to dodge.
Okay. So there's no set stat for Pokemon's evasiveness, right?
No, but I'm thinking in real life, this creature is going to have the instinct to move out of the way of the bat.
So if it moves out of the way of the bat, it's still going to have its big chunky base at the bottom. Start whacking its base.
Okay, but you were talking about going for the head.
Yes, I'm going for the head.
So let's attack the base.
Oh, it's going to get you with its... Okay, swing for the head. It's going to dodge with its head. You swing for the base. You whack the base. It comes back to the head. You swing at the head.
I am going to swing for the neck. I feel like that's going to throw it off and be easier to hit. Because the head... Because look, audience, imagine this. Close your eyes, even if you're driving. I don't care if you get in an accident. And imagine my arm.
You're not... Close your freaking eyes.
I see you. Your eyes are open. Imagine...
Sarah. What are we doing here?
Jimmy, I'm talking directly to you, Jimmy.
Close your eyes.
I gotta stop touching the mic. Imagine my forearm in my hand. The forearm is the neck, the hand is the head, right? It can move its head around a lot more than it can the base part of its neck. If I aim for the neck, it's not gonna be able to dodge as well as it would the head.
Oh yeah, it's almost not going to be able to dodge at all.
Exactly.
My thinking...
The neck's going to be weaker than the body,
I think the neck is weaker than the body, but I also think of the neck as like a pool noodle.
Yes. I'm sorry, audience, for that weird pause. I looked at the time. Without editing, we're at 47 minutes. This is so crazy.
All right.
Anyway, keep going. No, I love this. I love this.
You whack the neck.
Yes.
You whack I think it's like a pool noodle where it'll bend, but
yeah.
But I think of the neck as a way to get to the head. You whack the neck so that it crinks, like it bends like a straw, right? And now its head is pushed in the direction that you want it to because you're swinging at the neck. And now that it's dazed because you whacked its neck, you start bashing its head.
Yeah, we've thrown it off. We've damaged it. It's in pain. It's not going to think properly. It's you now have a much better access point to the head.
I do think there's a possibility that its antennas or its little tendrils are really agile.
Its tentacles, I forgot. They can shoot out 3 times their own length. It can grab our arms, and we can do nothing.
How really how prehensile are those tentacles? Is it like an octopus's?
That's what I imagine. The Pokedex entries say it reaches out its tentacles to grab prey.
But is it like an anemone? Because an anemone can't it's not like, what do you call it? Tactile. It's not like a prehensile tail where they can go forward, wrap just a little bit to hook something.
But I feel like Cradilies are.
I don't know. It doesn't say that. I don't.
It doesn't say.
I can see all of the tentacles shooting out like an anemone, and they all collectively wrap around a thing to drag it in. But I don't see one of them wrapping around you and dragging you in like an octopus.
I think
it's not the octopus Pokemon.
It's not, but I think that's how they work.
I had to guess. I'm not.
I think that instead of its head dodging out of the way, I could see it as we swing the bat. I could see it grabbing the bat.
I don't think it's grabbing the bat. I don't think it has octopus-like tentacles. I think its tentacles are to envelop, but I don't think... I think if they get on every side of you, they can grab you and start pulling you in. But I don't think they're that fast.
All in all,
yeah.
I think we could argue about this for hours. I feel like we could. I think all in all, I give myself, I don't want to say too low, a 40% chance. Because I honestly think if those tentacles latch onto me, I am done. And we have to get pretty close to use a bat.
Yeah.
I think I give myself a 40% chance to beat it.
I give myself a 60% chance to beat it.
You
I don't
are
think it has
a
prehensile
crazy
tentacles like that.
Okay, if it doesn't have prehensile tentacles, I give myself a 60% chance. I'll give you that.
Okay.
Those tentacles, though, really make me think I'm doomed. I just have to.
It's because you have a
careful.
loser's mindset. You gotta think like a winner.
You have an egotistical man's mindset.
Don't you shut up.
Okay, 40% or 60, pick your poison. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at 51 minutes.
Before editing. This is a little look at the behind the scenes.
Yeah, I don't care. Look at the behind the scenes. Look at this.
You'll see how, given that number, you'll see how much we edit out.
Swanna is currently our longest episode by mere seconds, I'll add. Dustox and Beautifly are right behind it. Cradily might be our new longest episode. Isn't that cool?
I don't know how we talked about Cradily that much.
Because Cradily is a really cool Pokemon.
Sure. Yeah, I love Cradily.
And if you love Cradily, why don't you tell us by rating this 5 stars and giving us a beautiful little comment. If you want more Pokemon, go to my YouTube channel, Let's Be Frank, where I make Pokemon videos all the time. I make a lot of other videos too, like about Legos, and I cook a lot on the channel. And speaking of cooking, Jokum here sitting across from me. If you want more of this guy, him and I do a series on my show called Taboo Foods, what I was mentioning earlier, where we cook foods that are considered weird or odd, especially in America. A lot of other countries will have tried some of these foods before, but a lot of stuff like grilled fruit, that's just stuff nobody typically does, but it could be good. And with all that being said, once again, everybody, thank you so very much for listening. This has been your Certified Poke Moment. I'm starving.
Want to go make some nugs?